You got to hand it to Republicans. When they find a scapegoat, they will use that scapegoat for everything. And for Congressman Patrick Meehan, who's a Pennsylvania Republican, Obamacare even forced him to sexually harass one of his staffers. What? Yeah, Meehan became sort of obsessed with a young former aide that worked for him. And I guess she at some point started a relationship with someone outside of Meehan's office, like what we would call a normal relationship with someone that was age appropriate for her. And Meehan became sort of curious, and then he became jealous, and then he became hostile. And it ultimately pushed this staffer to start working remotely, and eventually she quit. And Meehan initially denied that he did anything wrong. He eventually ended up settling with the staffer using taxpayer dollars when she filed a formal complaint. And then recently, he talked about the situation with the Philadelphia Inquirer. And he said he developed feelings towards this staffer, that at one point he saw her as his soulmate. That's his quote, not mine. That he was selfish when he found out that she had started this relationship, that they'd sometimes share ice cream after work and he would express his romantic feelings for her, and that he would sometimes hold hugs with her, maybe a little bit longer than was appropriate. It all sounds pretty damn pathetic, to be totally honest with you. But he says he didn't actually sexually harass her. And then this is the gold. He said that he was hostile to her in the first place because of all the pressure he was under from his constituents because of Obamacare. That's right. Constituents were all over him because of Obamacare. And this just got to him so much that he started mistreating a staffer, which is what led to this entire fiasco. You know, when you put it that way, hard to blame the guy for anything, right? I mean, really, it's Obama's fault
Right.
for even starting the process of creating Obamacare. The party of personal responsibility seems to have no qualms whatsoever finding other people and things to blame for what are very clearly personal decisions. And of course, this isn't the only hypocrisy, because Meehan was also involved in the House Ethics Committee, and he was helping to
Oh
review
no.
claims of sexual harassment against other members of Congress.
Oh no.
And Paul Ryan immediately removed Meehan from the House Ethics panel in light of these revelations, and an investigation has started into his behavior. It seems almost like a fake story, right?
Yeah, you know that meme, thanks Obama? Now
Yeah.
we have a new one, thanks Obamacare.
Thanks
It's his fault.
Obamacare, responsible for anything apparently that Pat Meehan ever did because he was under so much pressure. You can vote this guy out, right? He is up for re-election in the fall, as are all members of Congress. He actually is opposed. Some of these seats run either unopposed or effectively unopposed, where there's like some no money challenger from the opposition party that's
Yeah.
never going to have a shot. Meehan is actually expected to have a bit of a tough time in the 2018 election. So I say vote him out right away, because you know what? I support personal responsibility. And if he can't even behave himself with his staff because of the pressure on him because of Obamacare, it doesn't sound very responsible to me.
Yeah, and he can't take the heat, apparently. I mean,
Yeah.
you have the opportunity now to vote for someone who's going to protect the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
Not like this guy.
This guy wants it out, and strikes me as just a horrible person to do this. And I don't buy into big picture, like, oh, this is a good person and this is a bad person. People in different circumstances are capable of good and bad and concerning and benevolent actions. And circumstance plays a big role. But this just doesn't sound like someone I would ever want anything to do with.
Yeah, when the report says that he would share ice cream with the staffer,
That's
it makes me
code.
wonder, was it the same ice cream? Because that would be very troubling, I think.
I don't think so. I think they each got, he would get a soy-based ice cream-like product, and the staffer was into coconut milk
Coconut,
ice
right.
cream. Yeah, so it was both dairy-free, but
Well, that's good at
not
least.
exactly of the same kind. I have no idea what kind of ice cream they had, but hope it was pistachio.